Yeah, good morning, Brian. It's Brad here from Heritage calling. How are you?
Hey, Brian.
Good morning. Very good, sir. Would you mind letting me in? If you can open the door for me?
Make sure you got a coat on. It's cold in there.
Yep, I got my jacket on. No problem. I'll get you some meat. I'll let you know what I
All right.
find out. So we get a call here. Got no heat. This guy, Brian, real nice fellow here. So when I put it in test mode here, got the R&W chipped out. And we were getting a fall code here of 290. It's an Aries furnace we put in a couple years ago. And it's giving me some interesting faults. It doesn't really make sense to me. You know how these troubleshooting goes. It could be either or. But I can hear the inducer run. I tested the pressure controls. We proved that they close. I can show you that here. Right now they're closed. We've proven that. Now it's going to go through a calibration. These Aries go through a calibration. Now it's open. It's open. And then it's going to ramp up again and show that it's closed. And that's just calibrating the heat exchanger and make sure that there's no plugs in the heat exchanger or in the venting or whatever's going on there. Now we're going to ramp up. And now if I get into my hot source ignition here, right there, to ground, no matter what, I'm not getting any voltage coming through there. And then we're going to get a fault code here. So it's telling me it's either the igniter or it is the source. So I ohmed out the igniter and I had 45 ohms. Now it's going to lock out E290. And if we look at E290, igniter circuit fault, failed igniter, or triggering circuitry. I'm not a super fan of just changing boards, but one thing I did notice today, which is new to me, is on these Aries furnaces, I've now opened up, I don't know if you can see that, but I've opened up the line between the board and the igniter. And I turn that on, and it gives me a 65 volts, and it won't turn on. So I'm assuming something with the algorithm of the board. It sends a signal to make sure that circuit's complete. And we got 65 volts. This will never turn on. I tried it. But let's put it into ohms here. Let's see what we get. We'll take that igniter. So to me, I think it's the board. So we're sitting at 47.48. So that's good. Usually those are open if those hot surface ignitions fail. So I think it's the board. I'm going to pull it apart and we're going to take a look at it and find out, and I'll get back at you.